functions. Thank you.
Dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Ibrahim Syed, who has all the way come from the United States, the principal, the HODs, and more importantly, the students of both EC and biotech students who are assembled here for this wonderful presentation by Dr. Ibrahim Syed. Incidentally and coincidentally, that today happens to be Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad's, the Government of India has put a notification that he was the first Education Minister of India. So this day is the Indian Education Day. So and we have a very prestigious person who has come here, and I think it's very apt on this occasion to have these kind of particular talk about and sharing his experience about it. I'll just give a brief introduction about Ibrahim. He said they're basically a resident of the United States, having his doctorate, earned his doctorate degree from the US universities, and very much specialized in nuclear medicine, nuclear physics, and more importantly, he is also a person who has given an insight. He has written 2 books, mainly into how religion and science can go together, and how a liberal arts and science can go together, and how this combination of these 2 things we can achieve many more things. That's is very much a perspective about how these things can be combined. Without taking much time, instead of me spending more time with you, I think it will be very apt Dr. Ibrahim actually go through the presentation. I request you to listen to him. See, he has been staying in the United States for almost 45 years and worked in different universities, worked with different things. He can share his experiences, put his points across. You can share and talk, ask him about the scope of opportunities, because we all are in the final year. So more questions that you ask, more information you can actually get it from him. Without this, I think it will not be possible. Without questioning, it will not be possible for you to learn for today's presentation. With this, I thank the MC person who told me about it, and it's a pleasure to have Dr. Ibrahim Syed at our institution. Thank you.
Now, all your neon lights will be having your questions. What is this person doing here? How is the beacon light for us? And these questions and these dilemmas will be confirmed by the isotopic antenna of our department, who is going to radiate his energy about the beacon light today. That is Mallikarjun sir.
Distinguished professionals on and off the dais, colleagues, and my dear student friends, a very good morning to all. It's a great privilege to read the biography of today's speaker, eminent professional, Al-Hajj Dr. Ibrahim Syed. So before I read the biography, I would like to take an opportunity to welcome you to our esteemed institution. Thank you and welcome you, sir. Al-Hajj Dr. Ibrahim Syed is an American Muslim born in Ballari to Mr. B. Syed Ahmed and Mrs. Mumtaz Begum in the year 1939, 16th day of October. He completed his primary education in Maribas Upper Tuition class during year 1944 to 1977. His higher primary education school in Municipal School during 1947 to 1949, and from 6th standard to SSLC. Sir studied at Hospet Municipal High School, which was then under the Madras University, that is 1949 to 1955. And Sir completed his first and second PUC from a Ballari only, that is Veerashaiva College. We are proud to tell this, from 1955 to 1957. He completed his BSc from the same college, that is Ila City, Virsha College, from 1957 to 1960. And he completed his MSc from Central College, Bangalore, Mysore University, 1962 to 1962. And he has done his diploma in radio physics from Bombay University in Baba Atomic Research Institute. He joined as the first medical physicist at Victoria Hospital, Bangalore, 1st May 1964. And then comes the personal moments of his life. That is, he got married on 29 May 1964. And he was appointed as a medical physicist at the Gopal Cancer Hospital at Bangalore, opened by Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri, PM of India, that is on 5th October 1965. Until now it ends regarding India, we go abroad. He was appointed as the chief medical physicist at Halifax Infirmary, Nova Scotia, Canada on 5th May 1967. Then he completed his MSc in biochemistry at Dalhousie University in the year 1969. And he was conferred with a doctorate degree by the world's most renowned, that is the Johns Hopkins University, in the field of nuclear medicine in the year 1970. Sir also worked as a director of medical physics at Wesson Memorial Hospital, Springfield, Massachusetts, for a period of 6 years, that is from 1973 to 1979. And also, sir is also a diplomat of American Board of Radiology and also a diplomat of American Board of Health Physics. And sir is serving as an examiner of both the boards. And he obtained fellowships for many renowned colleges, namely American College of Radiology, British Institute of Physics, Royal Society of Health. And sir also served as a technical expert in nuclear medicine for International Atomic Energy Agency or Vienna. And sir is also a president of Islamic Research Foundation International from 1998 till now. So he also served as an expert in read of nuclear medicine. And sir also is a notary public in the Kentucky, and he is commissioned as a Kentucky colonel. And he is listed in the several biographical reference works, including American Men and Women of Science, and also a number of markets, that is who's who publications. Now coming to the work in the Islamic society. Till now we have heard regarding the professional works, what he has done, and awards, what he has achieved, and what degrees he has been awarded. So sir is a member of the several Islamic organizations. He served as a treasurer and the secretary in as managing editor of this publication Alim. Syed sir has written more than 300 articles in a number of Islamic subjects, particularly on Islam and the Quran as they relate to the science. He is author of the 2002 book Intellectual Achievement. Occasionally he serves as Imam for the Jummah prayers at the Muslims at the mosques in the outside of Bruce, and also has volunteered as an Imam at the Veterans Affairs Medical Center and many Kentucky prisons. He is also a Qadi and is licensed to perform Islamic marriages in Kentucky and India. And also we are grateful to have today's sir here. And this is because of...
At the last point, he started with the Syed sir. That means the more you experience with the people, the more you become the closer to the people. Am I right? So this is the opportunity where you have to involve with your chief guest present here and make sure that even you call him Syed sir, not Ibrahim Bey Syed. So that is where you have to relate friendships, though you are juniors to him or though you are seniors to him. When somebody have a great content, become a friend, not shoulder is equal. Because he shares, he delivers, and he can give you more points when you are friends. Thank you. I am sure you'll all be friends, I hope, and make this workshop to be successful. Thank you. And now I call upon the chief guest of this present workshop to deliver his lecture and some outsourcing lines so that it can motivate us and even make sure that we also will reach your heights, sir.
Professor Prithviraj, the Deputy Director, Principal Dr. Irana, faculty, and friends. These three are the foundations of engineering. So for the last maybe 100 years or more, they are in existence, so I call them as classical. Now we have modern engineering. These are biomedical engineering, information technology, biotechnology. Now, while coming to deliver this lecture, I came up with a new word. I coined a new word, and that is called futuristic engineering. The future of engineering. So people who are happy can pursue civil, mechanical, electrical. People are ambitious, they can pursue biomedical, information technology, or biotechnology. And those who want to be more ambitious can pursue the futuristic engineering, which is robotics. Your future is in robotics. Your future in cyber security. Your future is in nanotechnology. Your future is in tissue engineering. Your future is in genetic engineering. Your future is in aerospace travel engineering. Your future is 3D printing. Do you know what is 3D printing? Anybody? You know, when I print something on the paper, it is two-dimensional. So when you want 3D, it is something like this. This is 3D. So now in the United States, I can print this three-dimensional. I can create this in three-dimensional. So what we are doing in three-dimensional printing is we can create the organs like ears, your nose, things like that. That's related to tissue engineering. In human beings, we need a lot of organs. It's very scarce. There are a lot of potential food patients who need kidneys, heart, lungs, pancreas, and corneas, so many things. So they are not available. So we have to come up with a solution. And the solution is tissue engineering, along with 3D printing. So this is your future. I have to tell you something about the United States. The majority of the Nobel Prizes go to America. Why? What's the reason? The reason is there are two things. One is called critical thinking. Secondly, it is called cross-fertilization of knowledge. A musician who plays music can become a physician, can become a doctor in the United States. This is not possible in any country in the world. America gives an opportunity to anyone. It doesn't matter whether a lady or a gentleman or what religion you belong to. It doesn't care. So that's why America is called the land of opportunity. So I have to tell you a story on the way we teach and learn in India, other countries also. I got an email from a student who was in the United States from Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, they do not teach English there. Most of the things they learn is in Arabic. So he went to the United States. When he comes to the United States, he has to learn English because he cannot understand otherwise the English. So there's a course called English 101. So he will learn the basics of English. And at the end of the year, he was asked to write a paper, and in any book he reads, you can read any book and write a paper on that. So what he did, he took about 2-3 months and he wrote a paper on that book and gave it to the professor. The professor read it and gave me a grade called F. You know what is F? He failed, flunk. A is highest, B is second, C is third, D is below. And you have started to cry because once he gets F, he cannot continue to study in America. He has to go back. He was crying, and he is telling the professor, please give me another chance. You do not have any merit. Because he says, what you did, you wrote a summary of the book. He just read and wrote a summary. He said, that's yeah. You write a summary, you get yeah. And what America expects is to criticize the theme, the author, the characters in that book. You should be able to criticize. You just do not reproduce what you did in short form. And the student asked the professor, what is criticizing? In Saudi Arabia, I never heard criticism. So, he went back. And he went back to a Gulf college. He got a bachelor's degree. And came to his hometown, Saudi Arabia, when he wanted to work. He applied, he sent his CV to all the firms in Saudi Arabia. And he was rejected. There are multinational companies in Saudi Arabia, just like India. He never got a job. He said, why am I not getting a job? They said, your qualifications are not marketable. You understand?
Yes.
So you have a degree, that's all. But you are no use to me. Why should I pay salary to you? What's the benefit I get? If I pay you like 50,000 rupees, what do I get? Nothing. So your skills should be marketable. Whether in India, Saudi Arabia or America. So just getting a degree, Bachelor of Engineering, B.Tech, M.Tech is of no use. You should have skills that should be marketable. So in Telugu there is saying, Koti Vidyalu Kuti Paru. So mind this in your mind, that your aim in life is not just to get a degree. Your aim is that you should be marketable. You should develop skills so that you stand out. That people should love to hire you, to employ you. That's what your basic aim is. You know, when I was growing up in Ballari, our aim was just to get a degree. We used to memorize the answers, and we expect the answers. I mean, questions which will become this year, because this year definitely this will come. So ready. So that's how we got a degree. That's called, as to tell you this before, I forgot to one about the Saudi student. The American professor asked him, what did you study in Saudi Arabia? He said, I studied Quran, Hadith, Fiqh. How did you study? He said, I memorized. Memory. It's called rote learning. Rote learning. That's of no use. It may be good 100 years ago in India, but today rote learning is no good. So we need to have this critical thinking. What it is. We have to criticize everything. Do not take for granted anything. That's for critical thinking. If I say this doctor is good, don't take my word. We do research on the doctor, whether it's right or he's doing a good job or not. How many patients he has killed? How many did not treat successfully? So you can do an analysis. So that critical thinking is very, very, very important. And then the cross-fertilization of knowledge. Today, you are engineers. When I was studying, I studied physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Our future as PCM was to become engineers. My counterparts were studying chemistry, botany, and zoology. Their aim was to become doctors or veterinary doctors, like that. That is called compartmentalization of knowledge. This is our knowledge. We need to have cross-fertilization of knowledge. So, you see America excels in the world because of these two things, critical thinking and cross-fertilization of knowledge. When I was a student here in Ballari and in Bangalore, we used to write answers, essays. I got some blind belief. The more the weight of the answer sheets, the highest grade you get. So I used to write, double spacing, not single spacing, double spacing. So that the examiner will weigh it. This fellow is smart. He wrote so much data. So let him give him first class. So when I went to States to Johns Hopkins, it's very difficult to get admission in Johns Hopkins. Number one. Number two, today the tuition fee is $54,000. Just the tuition fee per year. Plus you have to have other things, boarding, lodging, so on and so forth. So I was lucky, I got a scholarship and I pursued the knowledge. But the problem was that I did my doctorate in nuclear medicine. I did my nuclear physics in MSc and did my doctorate of science in nuclear medicine. And when I went to do my doctorate, they told me that you do not have the background of biology. To do medicine, you have to do biology. So what should I do? They said, you go to the Hobart campus, basic sciences campus, you study biology, botany, zoology, whatever. I saw a book, and the names are so frightening to me, all Latin, flora, fauna, this, blah, blah. I told the professor, sir, it is difficult for me. I told him, my first class was it's called postgraduate physiology. Physiology, how the body functions. So I took his class, and to me that physiology looks like physics, cause and effect. So I passed. Then they said, okay, you can continue now. Now, what subjects should I study? They told me to go to the medical college, Johns Hopkins. The medical school, medical college was same there. So I had to study. We call the MBBS there as Doctor of Medicine. So first 2 years, the first year we study anatomy and physiology and biochemistry. The second year we study pathology, pharmacology, histology, like that. So I had to go through all those 2 years. Although I'm a physics man, mathematics man. But if you want to have something, you have to do that. You have to go through all that. You go to difficult things. But you have to determine this. That's what you want. You want to get doctorate in nuclear medicine. Because otherwise, just the knowledge of physics, chemistry, math doesn't help you in medicine. You have a background of these things. So these are very essential. See, this is how I have to tell you that the internet was invented in America in 1964. The internet was invented by the Department of the Army. The Department of the Army has nothing to do with any other subject. They are army fighting people. But they invented this internet. So they wanted to communicate from one army base to the other. So that Russia cannot spy. China cannot spy. But now everybody is spying. So the thing is that as soon as the internet was invented, first thing application was army, second was medicine. Today, the smartphone, everything is. The housewives are so happy because the vacuum is done by the robot. The fridge knows how much temperature to keep, and then you can have the range and the cooking and all. But in the very near future, the robotics is going to dominate. Today, a robot can talk and lift you, put you on bed and all that. It can do. So today, the robotics is Japan is number one. Japan is number one. And also Korea is also coming up. United States, we have Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, in Pennsylvania, for robotics. So, in 2-3 years, today the price of the robot is $300,000, $3 lakhs. Now the blueprint for the robot is now given out by all the companies they will make. So the price will be now $25,000 in 3 years. So that's where the future is, the robotics. Anyway, today's topic is nanotechnology. Let's start with that. Can I have the first slide? The word nano comes from the Greek word which means God. It is used in the metric system to refer to 1 billionth of a meter. That is 1/50,000th of the width of human hair. A normal office paper is about 100,000 nanometers thick. The nanotechnologies will typically work in the range of 1 to 100 nanometers. So the median antibrachial vein is 2 million nanometers in width. The drop of blood contains 5 million red blood cells. As a comparison, the size of a DNA strand is equal to 2 nanometers wide. The diameter of the red blood cell is 2,500 nanometers. It's about, we say, 2.5 microns. So 1 nanometer is 1 nano. NM stands for 1 nanometer. So your fingernails grow approximately 1 nanometer per second. That's 1 billionth of a meter every second your nail is growing. Another way to visualize the nanometer is 1 inch is equal to 25 million nanometers. The red blood cell is 7,000 nanometers per micron also. The diameter is 2,000 nanometers. Right. The virus is about 100 nanometers. So this nanometer is the width of the 6 bonded carbon atoms. Nanotechnology is the ability to make things using techniques and tools that are being developed today to place every atom and molecule in a desired place. Nanotechnology is often referred to as a general purpose technology, that is because in its mature form it will have significant impact on almost all industries and all areas of society. It offers better built, longer lasting, cleaner, safer and smarter products for the home, for communications, for medicine, for transportation, agriculture and industry in general. So this is a nanotechnology functional molecular scale machine. Those are all atoms. The nanoscience and technology involve the ability to see and control individual atoms and molecules. Everything on Earth is made up of atoms, the food we eat, the clothes we wear, the buildings and houses we live in, and our own bodies. But something as small as an atom is impossible to see with naked eye. In fact, it's impossible to see with a microscope, typically used in high school science classes. The microscopes needed to see things at the nanoscale are invented relatively recently, about 30 years ago. So one scientist had the right tool, such as the scanning tunneling microscope called STM, and the atomic force microscope called the FM. The age of nanotech was born. So this is the scanning tunneling microscope. It puts the atoms in their places. So the devices use nanotechnology or the microscope, other devices are atomic force microscope, the scanning tunneling microscope, the transmission electron microscope. This is a picture of the atomic force microscope. This is a scanning tunneling microscope. This is called the transmission electron microscope. So this is the scanning microscope, and you can see the atoms. Does anybody see the atoms? So now you can see the atoms with this scanning microscope. You see how using this scanning microscope we have created, these are atoms, these atoms. You see a human being. Now here, this picture was created by the IBM, and this is I, this is B, and this is M. These are each individual atoms of xenon atoms. So the total number of atoms there is 37. There are 37 atoms in the letters IBM. This is the world's smallest movie. This is all made of atoms. So although modern nanoscience and technology are quite new, nanoscale materials are used for centuries. The alternate size gold and silver plating created colors in the stained glass windows of medieval churches hundreds of years ago. The artists back then just didn't know that the process they are using to create these beautiful works of art actually led to changes in the composition of material they were working with. Today scientists and engineers are finding a wide variety of ways to deliberately take materials to the nanoscale, take advantage of the enhanced properties such as higher strength, lighter weight, increased control of light spectrum, and great chemical reactivity. So this is the church stained glass which has nanoparticles. The history of nanotechnology starts about 2000 years ago from Greek Romans and 1000 years to the medieval age where they used nanoparticle gold. In 1959, Robert Feynman, the physicist who got Nobel Prize in America, he said there will be plenty of room at the bottom, referring to nanotechnology. And in 1974, the term nanotechnology used first time. In 1981, the IBM developed the scanning microscope. The effective ball, carbon-60 atom ball was created in Stanford University, Texas. 86, the engines of creation. 89, the IBM logo was made with atoms, what you saw before. In 1991, carbon nanotubes were discovered by Ibrahim. 1999 nanometers, first nanometer was discovered by Syed. Year 2000, the nanotechnology. The basic definition is engineering of functions. Function systems at the molecular scale discovered both the current work and the concepts that are more advanced. In the original sense, nanotechnology refers to the projected ability to construct items from the bottom up using techniques behind the motor, which assembles the parts. Third was the semiconducting material junction, 1 by 2000 nanometers. So Eric Drexler, he popularized the word nanotechnology in 1980s. Was talking about the milling machine scales of the at the level of the molecules, like motors, robot arms, for computers. for our lesson. So now talking about quantum computers, quantum. So this is the Nobel laureate in physics. He said he wanted to build a billion tiny factories, models of each other, which are manufactured simultaneously. The principles of physics, as far as I can see, do not speak against the possibility of minimizing atom by atom. It is not an attempt to violate any laws. It is something in principle that will be done, but in practice it has not been done because we are too big. So nanotechnology sometimes referred to as general purpose technology, that is because in its advanced form it will have significant impact on almost all industries and all areas of society. It will offer better built, longer lasting, cleaner, safer, smarter products for the home, communication, medicine, transportation, agriculture, and industry. The dual-use nanotechnology, like electricity or computers before it, nanotech will offer greatly improved efficiency in almost every facet of life. But as general purpose technology, it will be dual use, meaning it will have many commercial uses and it also will have many military users, making far more powerful weapons and tools of survival. That it represents not only wonderful benefits for humanity, but also there are grave risks. The power of nanotechnology can be encapsulated in an apparently simple device called a personal nanofactory that you sit on your countertop or desktop, packed with miniature living processors, computing, and robotics. Nanotechnology not only will allow making many high-quality products at very low cost, but it will also allow making new nanofactories at the same low cost and the same rapid rate. The means of production will be able to reproduce exponentially, so in just a few weeks, a few nanofactories can be completed. So nanorobotics is an emerging field that deals with the controlled manipulation of objects with nanometer scale dimensions. Typically, an atom has a diameter of few angstroms, a molecule of size in a few nanometers, and clusters are manufactured from hundreds of thousands of atoms of sizes of tens of nanometers. Therefore, nanorobotics is concerned with interactions with atomic and molecular size objects, and is sometimes called molecular robotics. In this figure, the nanocurrency checker machine is made of the size of 1/10 of normal the checking machine. That's a coin checking machine. It's much smaller. This is called palm top handheld computer. It can be on your wristwatch. So that's coming now. Already there are wristwatches available. They will monitor heart rate and breathing, pulse rate and all. That will broadcast the information data to the doctor or hospital. So there are lots of applications of nanotechnology, from medicine to drugs to chemicals to automatic devices, energy production to aerospace, environment, defense, textiles, agriculture, information, telecoms and all. There are subfields in nanotechnology, bio-nanotechnology, DNA nanotechnology, nanomolecular self-assembly, nanobiotechnology, nanoengineering, nanomedicine, nanosynthetic molecular models. So these are again some specialties. So the information technology will have smaller, faster, more energy efficient and powerful computing and other information technology systems. In energy, we'll have more efficient and cost-effective technologies for energy production like solar cells, fuel cells, batteries, biofuels. In medicine, we can treat cancers. The drug will target the cancer cells, kill them, and they will not harm the tissue. We can also treat the bone, as I told you, the drug delivery, control the appetite. So people are obese, they can lose weight. So we also have that in drug development, medical tools, diagnostic tests, and imaging. Consumer goods, we have all these nanoparticles coated here. The clothing is waterproof, so you don't need a raincoat. Some current researchers or this the left one, device transfers energy from nanothin layers of quantum wells to nanocrystals above them, causing the nanocrystals to emit visible light. On the right you see the macrosite, the gum-shaped molecule, the graphical representation of a rotaxane, which is a drug used to kill the cancer cell. So how big is a nanometer? It's 1 billionth of a meter, 150,000th of the diameter of human hair, and 40% of the diameter of the DNA molecule, 5 times the interatomic spacing in silicon. So these are examples of left natural things, and the right things that are man-made. On the top left, you start with the ant, which is 5 millimeters, and you go down to 2 to 12 nanometers. From 5 millimeters, the ant size, to about 2 nanometers at the bottom, the DNA. So again, another comparison says ant is 5 millimeters, head of the pin is 1 to 2 millimeters, human hair is 10 to 120 micrometers, red blood cells 2.2 to 5 micrometers, DNA 2 to 12 nanometers, the carbon nanotube is 1.6 nanometers, and carbon ball is 1 nanometer. So on the right hand side is the size, and this is the atomic level, the atom and you can see the different materials we have. The carbon-carbon bond, so 1 angstrom, and then nitrogen ring, then copolymer domain size, so polymer coil, all these are given in different sizes. So he's comparing the earth to the soccer ball to a small wire. So now he has simulated the fluorescent carbon 60 molecule. So this just gives the concept of the nanometer. The virus is about 100 micrometers to 10 micrometers. The cancer cell size is here, the bacteria, the virus, antibody, glucose, water, around nanometers. So health comparison again from water, glucose, antibody, virus, bacteria, cancer cell, dot. If you put a dot on the paper, that's what you get. That's what so this is all nanometers. So we already did this. The special thing about the nanotechnology is that high density of structures is possible to small size. The physical and chemical properties can be different at the nanoscale. Example, electronic, optical, mechanical, thermal, and chemical. The physical behavior of the material can be different in the nano range because of the different ways of physical properties, scales and dimensions, area of volume. So these are called nanoparticles and colloids, and they are the, you can have these things, like nanofabric, nanofiber, nanofoam, nanomesh. So at the nano level, films, shells, tubes, quantum structure, thin film, and quantum particle. So when it comes to the nano scale, the chemical and physical properties can change. This is the nanometer robot which is injected into the human body and it will repair damaged cells. Suppose there is damage in your liver, the robot will go and repair the damage in the liver cell, kidney, whatever, any organ. So today, it is a $1 trillion market. Areas in which nanotech are expected to impact our everyday life are electronics, photonics, information storage, energy storage and transport, material engineering, textiles, mechanical engineering, aerospace, aviation, pharmaceuticals, drug delivery, biotechnology, casting, scientific manufacturing. So we have all this available now. This augmented with nanotechnology. And for ladies, we have some perfumes and some powders, creams. She is applying some sun protecting creams there. We have shirts and pants. So this taking some codes, the surface of active glass is becoming oxide nanoparticles. The sunshine of these particles with those figures, a chemical reaction which breaks down the dirt, and when water hits the glass, it spreads evenly over the surface instead of forming droplets and runs off rapidly, taking the dirt with it. You see, this is very important because we have multi-story buildings in Dubai and any other country in America or even in India. It's so hard to clean the glass, which may be 100 feet, 300 feet high. So how do you clean the glass? So use this nanotechnology particles and the rain comes and washes the dirt. The clothing industry uses nanotech to make stain repellent fabrics. The chemical process during manufacturing forces the liquid to heat up when spilled on a garment for easy wiping away. Socks that are made with nanosilver particles give microbiota protection, preventing bacteria and fungus that causes itches and smell. So we have socks now which will not have smell because the nanoparticles will kill the bacteria and the fungus. So these are nanoshells in cancer therapy, which is called the gold nanoparticle. So in healthcare, we have target drug delivery, which means the drug goes to the organ of interest. It will not go, it stays in the brain and the blood. You see, you heard of chemotherapy. In cancer, we give chemotherapy. In chemotherapy, the drug is distributed in whole body. So it has effects. Patients lose nausea, they vomit, they lose the hair, they become sick because the drug is present everywhere in the body. But with nanotechnology, the drug will go only to the cancer cells, not the other parts of the body. So here is an example that the drug goes to this. This is a healthy cell, it's safe, but the cancer cells are here, the drug goes and it kills the cancer. The enlarged view of the same picture. So this is a nanotech robot. And it has all the different parts, manipulated zipper, telescope, manipulator, nano manipulator, so on and so forth. So that goes into the human body and fixes, which is a damaging cell and destroys it. So these are the future of robotics. We'll have robots very, very tiny at the level of the nanometer. So these are all a book. This is called the Transcending Future for Humanity. These are the robots. These are red blood cells. The red blood cells and the robots. This is called a respirocyte, a mechanical artificial red blood cell. This blood-borne spherical, 1 micron diameter, 1,000 atmosphere pressure, it's actively pumping power by the endogenous serum glucose. It's able to deliver 236 times more oxygen to the tissue per unit volume than the natural red blood cell. This is more powerful. It is 236 times more powerful than a red blood cell. So research area, lightweight, multiple nanofibers and materials. 2 is battlesuit medicine. 3 is glass and ballistic protection. So there may be cloths made of nanotechnology to protect the soldiers from bullet wounds. So now they are creating nanofibers to develop the nerves in the brain. So the brain, when it's damaged, it does not create the neurons. So we have to have the artificial nanofibers to make connections with the brain from one neuron. So now the government has this R&D programs. In the United States, it's all about United States programs. These are the different branches of the United States government. NASA, NIST, National Institute of Science and Technology, Environmental Protection Agency, United States Drug Administration, even the CIA is there. All these are involved in nanotechnology development. So it is going to be a global economic and environmental stability, development of pharmaceuticals, human lifespan will improve, quality of life will improve. This is the number of workers needed to work in nanotechnology in various fields. This is for you students. So higher education and career options in nanoscale science and technology. Thank you.
Also have many career opportunities in this particular field, and you can improvise your career opportunities in spite of searching for different orientations of present generation distinct to the futuristic engineering what Sir said, that is nanotechnology engineering. Might sure that many of the engineers present would be nanotechnology engineers in the upcoming years. Thank you for the session, and we'll conclude this workshop with a great amount of applause for the chief guest present here.
Nice one. Cut the. Pura white color. White is very large.
We want to make sure that if something happens, the BJP will go up, the opposition will grow up. The ruling party still. Yes, correct.
Picture.
Sure.
Recording off.
Managers are there. We need to get the glucose level. Just one of them. And can also detect these explosives, for example. From one atom or something. Correct. Right. like temperature. The body reacts with the protein. For example, the virus and bacteria, they have proteins. So the body reacts to that. If this gold, what will happen? We eat sweets made of gold. Gold layer, silver layer. We also inject gold colloid into the knees. We have arthritis. They inject gold colloid. No problem. But the metals which are toxic, that's bad. Gold is good and silver is good. That's our 3D printing. Machining is really, I have to create a year in my lab and put all this requirements, definitions about to grow. Love that. First we have to come up with theoretical ideas. Then we have to run. But the problem is the harm to other people. Understand? And we are going to Pakistan. We kill the Taliban. They also kill the innocent people too. So that's why we kill.
There is no licensing available for nanotechnology in
Nothing. It's a government.
what is the scope of electronics and communication engineers in
Nanotechnology, when you communicate with the robot, you do this, you do that. They can have even video cameras there. Guide them. Then you say, okay, you are on the right track. Now you shoot the truck. Like that. Manipulation. In the future, there will be surgeries for the person. You will use manipulation. Robots will do surgery. For example, I have a heart block. I tell the robot to clean my heart. You will use a robot. I don't know where to open the heart, do and see, do angioplasty, all these things. So the future is different.
But how if nanotechnology doesn't dissolve after
If you come out in the urine, but it's no next time. It doesn't come up.
we use tails like
Yeah, we are
inside?
going to do the research on it. The question is that everybody will ask what is there. So before they,
That's why it has not come to implementation.
yeah, this question can be answered.
Today's lecture was the introduction regarding nanotechnology.
Right? If go from the scope, the
So
scope
what
of
introduction was electronic tracking and medicine is there, robot is there.
see, we have PhD students doing this on this talk, what we are talking. I can have PhD students doing this. So these are good for PhD students. Okay, you can start PhD program here. We take Nanotech and then
Definitely we can, but it will be there for this half an hour. But there's something that investigate this particular thing. If you continue the scientific
They will have, but they will have somewhere else. There's also going to be somewhere else because once they are ready for the
Motivation for a long time. Enthusiasm for a long time is important to get into some research activities. It's not like 1 month, or your project for 6 months, and after that you lose your interest in that. You will not make any research. The people who are taking for a long time, years together, trying to think on the same problem, will do the innovations.
But keep in mind, be happy, be enthusiastic, take ideas.
Get ideas, at least introductory ideas.
There are some
You've done